Anyways, hello everyone, Kingslayerkoshy here.
And the MJ406, we're finally back!
And I'm going back to hell.
Yep, let's finish the torture one more time, which thankfully level 9 has saved from when we got to it last time. So now it's finally time to go through the mysterious World 9. Which I did not really talk about since we were just trying to get through World 8 and just ended last time.
Yep.
But yes, we are here at World 9, which, yes, in the original NES version of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, or Mario 2 Japan, whatever the hell you want to call it, you have these hidden worlds. This one's a bit weird. But yeah, you have World 9 here, which to unlock any of the special worlds, you have to get through all of the NES version of the game 8 times.
Yeah.
However, the Super Nintendo version is nice about it. You only have to go through all the levels once. And also, for World 9 in particular, these special worlds, you have to get through the entire game without using a single warp, including backwards warps. So, yeah. It's friggin' terrible getting to this World 9 in particular, because if you use a single warp, even though it's taking you backwards, you will skip World 9 and go to the next world immediately. And the funny thing is, in the NES version, once you unlock this world, you're only given 1 life. They knock you down to 1 life, and that's all you have to get through it, unless you somehow get an extra life while going through. And if you lose it, you go straight to the next special world instead. Thankfully, again, the Super Nintendo version was a lot kinder about it. But hey, like it, we got friggin' what seems like friggin' regular land levels underwater.
Is it strange for me to think that this somehow feels a little bit easier?
And that's the thing, yeah, like I said, in the NES version, they only gave you 1 life for this. And if you lost it, you basically have to go straight to the next world. You don't even get to finish this one. Thankfully, Super Nintendo version is a lot kinder. You can just go through at your own leisurely pace, as long as you unlock it, which, thank God. I'll say this, though. You may as well take your last sigh of relief. Once we get to the next world, it's nothing but hell the rest of the way. If you guys thought World 8 or anything else was bad, oh, we still have the rest of the special worlds, and they are terrible. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, Bowser's in this level. So yeah, have fun with this too. And don't worry, this one is not a maze. Like, World 9's debatably the easiest world of the game. Like, they're actually, like, generous with this one.
The calm before the storm, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's definitely one way to put it. I didn't think you were gonna come this way! How'd you die for me? Fuck you! How dare you run into my feet? How dare you try to sniff my feet, you perverted motherfucker? Hey, I thought your feet were pretty nice.
Ew.
You're the hottest thing on FootWiki! Wait, really? Nah, I'm just kidding. You mother... Yeah, I at least want to make money off this. By the way, you may want to take the upper path. Just try to jump up to those platforms up there. Much easier. Hey, where are you going? Hey! You can't just skip me like that.
Deal with it.
Look, hey! Oh god. Thankfully, it's not like other stages. By the way, you can jump over flagpoles to skip the end of the stage and find other warp pipes. We never mentioned that, but that was another thing you can do in a lot of levels.
I wonder if there's one that just takes you back to World 1, because I would imagine...
I think I think World 4 there might be. I think. Not this late in the game, though. They wouldn't send you back to World 4. There we go! Nice character roll, kind of. As well as this. A bunch of weird characters.
If I remember correctly, I want to say this is the one that says you are a super player or something.
You think it's Super Mario World, but you have the right idea of a message being there. Funny, I think when me and Coda were going through this, he didn't know what it was. He was trying to ask me to look it up and translate it. Then apparently because of a song, he was like, oh wait, I recognize these characters now. Yes, you have the Japanese writing here, which is literally saying arigato. Yep, you don't know what that means? It's thank you in Japanese. So, you know, for committing yourself through all this, well, the developers thank you for submitting to their torture. The sadistic bastards. Well, here we go. Time for other special worlds. These unlock as long as you get to the game 8 times. No other special conditions need to be met. And this is where it gets painful. You have no checkpoints throughout any of these stages. What? That was neat. It's nothing but pure torture from here. So,
Jump down, man.
yep. Hopefully you master the game for the first 8 worlds, because these will not be any kinder. If anything, they're going to be worse. And also, I'm pretty sure a few of them are just modified versions of other levels. And this might have been where I was thinking some of the really bad levels in the game are. Oh, man! Woo! Wow! Narrow dodging there. Nice work. Now let's hope we can keep up with the whole thing. I have a big year coming up, guys. You gotta get out of my way. There's so many games coming out. It's reminding people how much Nintendo loves to whore me out.
That's one way of putting it.
Hey, they're good games.
Speaking of whoring out, I mean Nintendo Direct, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, of course, right at the end. That figures. Yeah. Nintendo Direct, and they had a pretty good one this time.
I'd say for like all of us weren't expecting much because, you know,
it was like, see, it was the last year of the Switch. They're probably revving up for Switch 2.
Yep.
Not quite.
If anything, it just feels like this is the last.
The last hurrah.
And they're going out full swinging.
Yep. That they are. The lead-off to the show being the revival of the Mario RPG series.
One that I'm looking forward to.
Well, Paper Thousand Year Door came out already. No, not that one.
No, that's for MJ. For me, it's something else.
Yep.
Mario Luigi.
Yep. Brothership. I've been loving people on the internet trying to, like, figure out who's developing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've heard inklings of it being remnants of Alpha Dream that are part of Monolith Soft. That's the stories that I've heard about it.
That would be interesting if it was Monolith Soft. Or
that would be kind of fascinating to see because I'm like, Monolith Soft are good with RPGs, but it's like this is a turn-based RPG.
That's not one of the ones I've heard, but you know, they do know RPGs, and they have a lot of the veterans from Alpha Dream. That would make sense.
Like, that's what I heard, and honestly, like, if that's the case, I'd be interested to see how that plays out, because...
Yeah. Monolith Soft, one of the things they're best at is world crafting.
Yep.
And, you know, with how important a lot of platforming mechanics are in the Mario Luigi games, that could be really interesting.
Because they're usually pretty good about their world exploration.
Oh, yeah.
They're one of the best at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why frickin' Nintendo had them basically craft a lot of the overworld for Breath of the Wild and stuff, because they know how to create a large, expansive world with a lot of interesting details.
I mean, that's one of the few exceptions.
They crafted the world, not the things
mechanics of how to,
you
know.
They didn't create the mechanics or the actual, like, you know, what fills it, but they at least created the world itself. Which does have interesting landscapes, but, you know, the game's empty. We know that already.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, that's just me drilling in, because with their actual games, with the Xenoblade games, even Xenoblade X, from what I heard, which a lot of us were kind of hoping that Xenoblade Chronicles X would get remastered for, if at least not this one, the Switch 2.
Yeah, which I know a code name that's been getting thrown around potentially is Attach. Which makes it sound like it's something that can have multiple screens that can connect together, maybe.
Because, like, even Xenoblade Chronicles X is...
Which would bring some DS and 3DS stuff back as well. And it could work with porting Wii U games even more easily.
Yeah.
If it works that way, that would be a neat way to bring it back. And would actually make a little more reasonable sense why they shut down the stores for 3DS and Wii U.
As dickish as it still is,
I mean, yeah.
You know,
again,
I'm not
saying it's likely that's...
Then again, that's a different factor to talk about altogether.
I'm not saying it's likely that's going to be the case, but it's a nice thought.
Yeah.
To think Nintendo would actually think ahead like that, which is not what they tend to do.
Yeah.
Not at all, but yeah. The rumors I've been hearing, I laughed at. People were saying, like, some of the other companies, like Grezzo. I was like, why would it be Grezzo? They're working on The Legend of Link. Like, come on.
Yeah.
In case you guys aren't aware, yes, we're talking about the new Zelda game that actually stars Zelda for once and isn't a pile of shit.
I mean,
I'm
still kind of on the fence on that.
I mean, I need to see more of that. That's another one, like, I'm intrigued.
I'm interested, but something about how it explores the world, I guess what I'm looking more for is the flow.
Yeah. Like, There's definitely not a lot of, like, combat to speak.
Yeah,
At
but
least with the
I'm not
trailer
gonna sit
they
here and
showed.
subjugate it just because of that, because,
Yeah.
I mean, Zelda
Yeah.
is the brainchild of the Triforce, I guess you could say.
Wisdom, yeah. Yeah, she's basically the goddess reincarnated. And she, you know, holds a Triforce of Wisdom, you know. They really showcased her tool, basically just take a lot of objects in the world, basically just be able to replicate them and use them to solve puzzles, which... It depends on how well they use it. That could be really neat.
Yeah.
I just hope they bring back regular dungeons. Like...
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing I'm concerned about, is just...
Seeing it's following a lot of, you know, a link between the Link's Awakening remake style, I would think they would. You know, I'm pretty sure Grezzo does have a hand in that, even though they haven't said. I mean, the graphical style is so similar. If Grezzo didn't have a hand in that, I would be surprised. Because they did friggin', yeah, they did Link's Awakening remake, so, you know. I'm sure Nintendo's co-developing it with them, but still. The other one I heard, which shocked me even more than somebody suggested, was Next Level Games. Like, I have a lot of rebuttals for that. First of all...
Next Level Games, that's not their...
Exactly. It's not really their forte. They've never done a game like that before. I mean, I can see why people might think that, because it's been a while since Mario Strikers Battle League came out. And they haven't had a game for, like, 2 years now. Or maybe, like, a year and a half. Either way, it's still a little soon, and it doesn't really seem like their forte. I just hope they're not the ones who did Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Although they're going to be on a small team as well.
It could be a B team as well, which is another thing.
Kind of like what happened with Retro Studios porting Donkey Kong Country Returns and... Oh wait, I'm in Tropical Freeze, oh, speaking of which...
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Returns! What the fuck?
All returning.
Yes.
Return of the Returns. I don't
That is
know.
not retro, at least. Then again, with retro... Oh, we finally got the footage!
It's finally confirmed.
Yep.
And it's also on Switch.
Yes, and it looks great.
Yep.
Yo, dude, the fact that he confirmed Silex is there, his
intro looks so badass, dude.
Yeah.
He looks so good.
Yeah, like, the thing is, I looked at it a couple times, like, wait, are those Metroids following his command? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like, I see the Metroids behind him as I was seeing the, like, replay. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, God.
They remind me of something I've heard faintly. One of the only reasons that I've wanted to go look at Federation Force, like, actually, like, see the cutscenes. Apparently being the last mission of that game gets you a secret cutscene that basically has Psylocke breaking into the Federation or whatever and stealing a Metroid egg that hatches. And it imprints on him.
Oh.
Yup, just like what happened with Metroid 2 with Samus. Well, Federation Force is canon, guys.
I mean, honestly, for what it's worth, like I said, if it's the Prime Federation Force, I'm willing to let them be, because honestly, they at least have more interesting going on than the actual Federation mainline series.
Yep.
Like I said, Federation Force, I feel like is a game that just came out at the worst time.
Yeah. It was a very kiddie-style game, and it freaking wasn't a mainline game.
It was
multiplayer
like
focused.
the last major Metroid game we had was friggin'
Other M.
So,
Would you take Prime Federation Force over Other M, though? That's the real question.
I want to play Federation Force more.
Yeah, I would want to play it. I don't know if you need multiplayer for it, though, because that would be kind of a
That's the big thing I'm concerned about, is like,
I think you can do it single player, but I think the AI stinks, if I've heard.
Yeah. I would like to get that game and try
Maybe
it
they'll
out. But the thing
maybe they'll remaster it for Switch. Who knows?
you know, honestly, that would be an interesting way to, like, how they did with Zelda, and they gave us, you know, the Hyrule Warrior stuff, and then they gave us, to tide us over for Breath of the Wild. They could do the same thing for Prime 4. Well, then again, Prime 4, yeah? Actually, I forget. It's 2025 that's coming out.
Yep.
So for all we know, that could just be a launch title for Switch, too.
That's what people are believing, right? Apparently the footage they showed was running on the regular Switch because it had a lot of similar assets to how Prime Remastered was done. It could be one of those cross-gen things.
I keep screwing this up. I keep forgetting. I can just wait for the, Hammer to be an idiot.
Like, yeah, I'm thinking it might be a cross-gen title if Nintendo's going to be willing to... If their Switch 2 can, you know, actually upgrade things graphically.
My only concern is, you know, considering this is Metroid and not one of the, their primary,
Not going to be a big system seller, you think?
Or maybe they won't give it the proper chance to be that big system seller. Though, to be fair, with how Dread has sold and
it's
Prime
sold over
Remastered,
3 million, which is the most any Metroid game has sold.
everyone's just calling it. Everybody's calling it. It's a Switch effect.
Yep.
Like, this is the first major Nintendo console to actually hit hard compared to a lot of other ones. Because,
Since the Wii, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, now we only 2 consoles. And again, we hit hard at the start, and then the latter half it kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
So that's when the PS3 started to take over.
Yep. And, a lot of the thing about the technical aspects of it all. I mean, to be fair, the technical aspects still sort of hinder the Switch as well, but the Switch has something that a lot of the other consoles don't have, and that's the portability factor.
Yep.
In addition to actually, being a console where you can still just own one game.
Yep.
That is something that I'll say the Switch does kind of have as an advantage over most of the other consoles, because it's like, here for consoles, that is one thing that I also brought up in the back of my head. It's like, that's one thing about consoles that I do legitimately like over PC. It's that for consoles, you only need one copy of the game to generally be able to have a multiplayer experience going on in the background, whereas with PC and a lot of the online stuff, every person needs to also buy the game.
Yep.
Which is something that that's kind of been stuck in the back of my head as something that's actually kind of served as a detriment that, I don't know, I feel like nobody really talks about because everybody just expects everybody to buy the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do think it's worth talking about as a criticism because that is an advantage that console games.
That's why people still love Nintendo, the fact they try to keep split-screen gaming for a lot of their things.
And that's the reason why, I know there's, a lot of games that show up on, Steam, like Streets of Rage 4 and then the new, TMNT game and River City Girls, but I don't buy them for the Steam, because, you know why? Because it's like, I gotta sit here and basically have every single person in my party that wants to play the game own it. But versus if I buy it on a console.
If you can connect multiple controllers to the PC, I think you can do multiplayer.
But we still need to be in the local area, and at that point,
Yeah.
it's like, what's better? Being in front of a 20-inch, or however...
a big screen, TV screen, yeah.
Yeah, like a big TV screen or a small computer screen. Maybe the computer screen's better. The computer screen has the better resolution. Yeah, it's great. Guess what? It's still like 2 feet. It's still like 2 feet in radius that we need to see or whatever.
Joke's on you. I use a big freaking PC monitor for all my console gaming. It's like,
I mean, someone could argue that. It's actually something that I actually found a fascinating way to work around it is when I was at my brother's bachelor party up in, I want to say it was the Poconos, but yeah, one of the things was what they did was they had a projector. That's what it was for Xbox 360. Not Xbox 360, but the Xbox. I forget what the latest one was.
One or Series X, whatever.
It's one of those modern ones, but yeah, I was playing Sigma, but the thing was they didn't have a TV, they just had a projector attached to them. Like, that actually isn't such a terrible idea.
Yeah, projectors are nice.
Projectors are kind of a powerful tool.
You just gotta give it something to reflect on well, and well, projectors do tend to have input lag.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm sure some of the really good ones don't, but a lot of them tend to.
One thing I also have to consideration is, are you the kind of person that plays try hard? Because that's another thing that I have to pencil in. It's like, yes, it is for the better experience, but unless you gotta sit here and fucking argue with me that I gotta be playing tryhard the entire time.
Yeah. I'm sure it could be worse somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something about PC game that I've honestly kind of slowly been
the multiplayer aspect is definitely easier to handle on consoles at mostly Nintendo games, and maybe you don't think about it, some of the first-person shooters and sports games still handle pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, actually, I don't know how well Call of Duty still handles split-screen multiplayer, if at all.
They don't do split screen, is the
thing.
Right.
Even Halo.
A lot of series have gotten rid of that split screen multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
Because they expect everyone to just be online all the time.
Yeah, that is something that has kind of sucked. Thankfully, Nintendo remembers to keep their friggin' roots
Nintendo's pretty good about it, but also fighting games.
Yeah.
Because fighting games always
they depend on two people.
They depend on people meeting up. for like, you know, those special tournaments and stuff.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I need to get back to Tekken 8 at some point, because I've seen a lot of the updates for it, and they look very good.
I always just see clips of people just using King to abuse people. Just grab
Oh yeah, King's gonna get a fucking retribution, because one of the things I've seen is the nerf to grabs, because you can finally sidestep them again.
I was gonna say, his grabs just look fucking broken as all hell.
There is ways to like parry it in that, but the problem is parrying is the only way you can really counter fighting against King. But now they actually fixed it so that his grabs actually you can sidestep them again, which is something that a lot of people have been clamoring for, because it just felt like in Tekken 8,
yeah,
it's like the game is aggression, which I personally like, but I can definitely see it as a criticism, and I also felt the receiving end of it as well, where it just feels like you're stuck in a loop of basically just losing all your HP, and there's not a whole lot you can really do to fight back.
Basically his grab just grabs you, he just rolls around with you. It's like, what the fuck is this grab? This bullshit. Yeah. It knocks out like half your health or more. It's like, what the fuck? Who thinks this is fair? What the fuck? I mean, I guess in a way it's somewhat realistic for how fighting would go, but this is fucked up for a game. God damn.
Yeah. And again, fighting games have always kind of gone through a lot of balancing and tweak stuff just to try and make it so that anyone can play in a way.
Yeah, I feel like Tekken 8's kind of overshadowed Street Fighter 6. I heard people talking about Street Fighter 6 in a good while.
Yeah, and I know Street Fighter 6 did have like the DLC for Bison.
Yeah, I know that was. Oh, I know that was something people were talking about for a little bit.
Yeah, but like of the games, Tekken seems to be the one that came out with the most firm foundation.
Yeah.
And another thing is also just the community for Tekken is very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
For better and for worse, but they are very vocal, and a lot of the developers behind Tekken do listen.
Yeah.
And they also know how to have fun with it as well. I'm not sure if you've heard about the one meme post about Harada talking about the Waffle Houses. Like people talking about the one. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this thing in about waffle. A lot of people in the Tekken community asking like, can we get like a stage that's based off Waffle House? And everyone and Harada just like commented like in like the most way. It's like, what is this thing about the Waffle House? Can somebody please explain it to me? And someone explained it to him about how like the employees are. There was like a clip around like one of the posts of one of the Waffle House employees doing some crazy like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like some weird like martial arts shtick going in the background, and it was amazing.
Yeah, weird. I haven't heard about that one. That does sound pretty funny though.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like that shit was actually kind of funny. I'm like, okay. Harada is like one of the few people that, or at least when it comes to Tekken, like the community is pretty vocal about it.
Oh, speaking of fighting games, I forgot. One of the bigger announcements people took away from the Nintendo Direct. Marvel vs. Capcom collection.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be big on
with
that.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 being part of it.
Yep.
Oh. Nice to finally see that game get re-released. Looks like they kept the original soundtrack for it too.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
A lot of people like because I know some people were at first I didn't understand why. The thing I was shocked about was like some of the Punisher game was included in it. So I kind of wish that they included some other of the like arcade game stuff as well, but I guess that would be too much.
They'll probably put it in another collection.
Yeah.
Capcom has a lot of those after all.
But yeah, this is also Capcom as well, so I have to imagine that a lot of those games are out of Capcom's jurisdiction.
I mean, I did buy their Arcade Stadium series, both packs. Partially because, one, they were on sale, and two, it's one of the only ways I could play the two Mega Man arcade games.
Ah, yeah.
Because I think they were both in the second one? Yeah, because they had two of them. I think the Mega Man Power Battle ones were in the second one.
Okay.
They do have a lot on there. I think I got them both combined for like $30, so you know, not bad.
That's a decent deal.
For games that are either hard to come by anywhere else or emulating.
Or speaking of Capcom, with there's this new game that's been making the rounds, a completely new IP. I forget what it is, but it's like it's really hard to describe how the game works, but it's almost like, it's a bit of a micromanaging simulator, but you're playing as this one, it's like Path of the Goddess or something, I think it was called.
I might have vaguely heard of that.
I actually had that in my wish list because it is technically a new IP, and I was kind of interested in it.
Yeah.
Though I was kind of like on and off about it because those kind of micromanaging games are kind of not my... Like, if you've heard me talk about Pikmin or whatever, it's like,
Right.
I respect it, but it's not my kind of game.
I was gonna say Stardew Valley, but that is different. That's more of a life sim.
That's a life sim, and I don't hate them, it's just, you know, I don't want every single game I play to be the life sim, if that makes sense.
Yep, I get you. Fuck you! Now I just have to survive all this. Ow! The fucking having to jump on the Koopas! God damn it! And we only just started World A! Oh god. But yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... I like your theory of it being like a little branch of Monolith Soft that took in some of the Alpha Dream people. That could be interesting.
That's what I heard. And if that was the case, then that would be interesting to see.
I was just thinking it'd be similar to like what happened to the Mario Party team, where just they became a new company and then just started anew.
I mean, for all we know, we don't know that much about what's going on with Brothership.
Exactly.
We just know that it exists, and there's actual gameplay of it too, so it's not...
It looks very faithful to how the Mario Luigi series was.
Yep, and it looks amazing.
Maybe they upgraded from Alpha Dream to Beta Dream. How far are I gonna have to chuck you to that wall?
Oh, that's gonna tell me it's Sigma Dream. Oh, for God's sake, if it's Sigma Dream, I think we're done for.
What the fuck are these two doing? Yeah.
Because they can't keep their ego in check.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just that, just like what happened from Hudson Soft to NDQ. It's probably Alpha Dream to whatever the new company
Omega
is.
Dream.
Oh god. I'm sure they won't go too close to the name, or they just revive the brand with like a different logo or something. Like, oh, it is Alpha Dream again. What the fuck? That would just be weird. Just revive the company with the same fucking name.
I mean, I would be, like, I wish, if I wasn't playing right now, I actually would consider looking it up just to see, like, if they have any details on who's,
Nah, they're hiding. You know how Nintendo's been,
Yep.
people have been criticizing them for hiding the names of the developers that are, you know, working on some of their IP. It's not, you know, Nintendo themselves.
Yeah.
Or at least have high regard, like Smash Brothers and Sakurai, or...
Maybe it's a privacy thing or whatever, I don't know.
There was something, you probably heard, like, back in the day, back in, like, the 90s. Oh, good luck in that. Like, you know how the credits used to have, like, a lot of nicknames for a lot of the, you know, people that worked on the
Yeah,
game?
like every single one of them had, like, those fake pseudonyms or whatever to hide
Yeah, it was
themselves.
kind of so they couldn't get, like, poached or, like, scouted to other gaming companies and stuff. Part of it could be that, or just trying to respect the privacy, which, more believe I would say, them trying to protect other companies from being, like, you know, rated on social media.
I think it's a social media aspect because
that makes a lot of sense, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because, you know, social media...
People that do the research or in the know can tell.
Yeah.
But...
There is a certain level of, you know, having to have a level of respect for privacy, I guess is the best way to put it.
Also, it's also kind of interesting when you get to see, like, a game that comes out, and then you find out the developer's like, huh, interesting. Like the guys who did all the Dragon Quest remasters doing, Mario RPG remake. It actually makes a lot of sense if they're very familiar with Square RPGs.
Speaking of Dragon Quest, another thing I'm looking forward to.
Yep, a remake of 3 and the rest of the Dragon Quest original trilogy, or Erdrick trilogy, as it's called.
I wonder if there's going to be like a full-blown deal for all 3 of those games. Almost like it probably.
There'll probably be a bundle at some point. Looks at least 1 and 2 will be bundled. And telling you to play through 3 and then 1 and 2 afterwards. I never realized 3 was going to be a prequel. And again, shows I haven't played Dragon Quest, so.
I don't know too much about the origins of the. I don't know too much about the origins of 3 because I have played a lot of Dragon Quest. I played 4, 5,
8,
7, 8,
11,
7, 8, 9, and 11. Oh yeah, that's 1, 4, 5. Okay, let me just make sure I have this right.
There we go.
1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 11.
I know people don't say that 1's very good.
1 is very bare bones.
And 2's similar, but a little better. But 3's like where
3 is where it really hit stride.
Yep. Well, who knows? With the HD remakes, they might, pack some of that shit out, make it better.
Yeah, that's what all of us hope.
Yeah, the HD 2D.
The fact that it's getting the HD 2D HD.
Oh, it does look nice.
It does look great.
Might be the great time for me to get into Dragon Quest.
Yep.
And I'm still debating getting into the freaking Pixel remasters to finally get into Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I heard 1 is very grindy.
1 is pretty rough to get into.
Like, it's a decent RPG, but it rewards grinding more than actual, like, skill or strategy.
Yeah. 2, you can just kind of...
Ooh, nice.
Screw off. You don't really care too much about 2. And 3 for that matter.
Oh, original 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
4, 5, and 6 if we're talking the
or especially
the Pixel
4 and
remaster,
6, yeah.
4 and 6 are the big ones.
Yeah.
5?
5 is good too.
5 is good though. I would recommend 5.
But 4 and 6 are like
4 and
really
6 are
good.
usually the big ones. Although, I don't know how much flack I'm gonna get for this, especially from Joe. Like, I played Final Fantasy 6 twice, but I never finished it because I honestly fall off after the big
Reveal?
or the big
Or twist, whatever.
big twist or whatever that happens.
I
I never get myself to finish the game after that
I've
because
only gone through
it kind of falls off and
Oh, fuck you! Right there!
there's a certain because after that twist, like, it's supposed to be a big thing, but the problem is it's just like it does the thing that I always sort of like when games do this. Like Breath of the Wild does this. It's like when you kind of give me the entire world at my fingertips, it just kind of demotivates me to kind of not want to play it or whatever.
Okay, I can see what you're saying. I've only gone
because I'm usually the kind of person that like I like to have a goal in mind,
Right.
and the goal is there to be fair in.
It's just a lot of other
6
things
is
open
just-
up for you to do.
Yeah, and it just kind of it gets overbearing.
Or Chrono Trigger, instead, it's just like, okay, the world opens up to you, but all of these can lead to the end of the game in different ways. Wait, what?
Yeah. Chrono Trigger, in a way, it's weird, because I guess it's because of how Chrono Trigger handles it, where it's just like, it's the same world, but traveling in different points in time.
Yeah.
So you get to see, the world at different points in time, so it all kind of stands out.
Yeah. The fact that there are a lot of ways to go to the end of the game does encourage replay value, trying to go through the different paths that get you
Yeah.
to Lavos or whatever.
Yeah.
There's fighting him directly early on in the game. There's going through different dungeons to get to him. I guess there's probably a different ending for if you battle Lavos directly, like, early on in the game and when you're supposed to. I don't know.
There's
like 9 different endings or something like that.
I know there's an ending at the very beginning of the game if you decide to fight him just with the two members that you start off with.
That sounds like it'd be fucking brutal.
Yep, but that's what New Game Plus is for.
Chrono Trigger's New Game Plus? Oh shit.
You finished the game, right?
I basically got to the point I could get to Lavos, but I never got to the end of it.
Okay, so I'll explain this much, that the reason why all those endings exist is because there's New Game Plus.
So basically you can explore to
So
get
you
to all
can
the other different
explore...
endings.
Yep, to get all the other endings.
Oh, that's nice. Wow. I didn't realize a game that early on had a New Game Plus feature. Oh, then again, I never played Final Fantasy, so I didn't know.
Final Fantasy doesn't have any New Game Plus as far as I know.
Man, Chrono Trigger really was ahead of its time. God damn
Yeah.
it. It really was.
It's an RPG for the ages.
Yep. That's why it's still... I haven't even beat it. It's still my favorite RPG of all time. Just remembering my journey with it up to that point is like, oh my god. The journey with that game is just marvelous.
The game knows exactly what it wants to do. It doesn't really fill it with bullshit.
It has a strange start, but it's very interesting the way it decides to start off. And frickin'... Oh, man. Just all the other plot progression stuff that happens, especially with Magus. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Magic stuff was fun.
I really want to play that game again. God damn.
I was playing for a little bit, but I just stopped because, RPGs are definitely one of those games that are very difficult for me to kind of sink my time into.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which,
That's a big thing. It's like, getting myself to replay an RPG has always been kind of one of the more difficult things.
Speaking of which, I was going through Game Pass. I finally started taking a stab through another series I feel like I wanted to try a game of. Tales of Arise. I am not far in it, but I'm enjoying what I played of it. It's weird having an action RPG where you have like an actual attack button and special move buttons and have to actually like strategize positioning and stuff. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And elements. There's a lot of depth to it. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I do like the Tales series.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my play of Tales of Arise so far.
Because I played, Zillia back in the day, 1 and 2.
I said, did you ever play Symphonia?
I played a little bit of Symphonia, but I wasn't super big on that one.
I know people hate the remaster because it went off the PS2 version, which technically had, like, more content or something, but was, like, not as good as the GameCube version.
I can't remember exactly what it was about the GameCube version that I
Yeah,
really
I
liked.
know people really like the GameCube version because it's, like, really polished or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I do know people prefer the GameCube version. But unfortunately, their masters go off the PlayStation 2 version. But yeah, Tales of Arise was fun when I played a bit. I do like the whole, like, combo system. You have, like, regular attacks, you have, like, a stamina meter for special moves, and you have other special moves that can refill that gauge in the middle of a combo. If you do combos that are big enough, you basically do, like, a super move.
Like, even when I finished the game for the first time, I still have no idea what the fuck I was doing, because there was, like, there was mechanics that I still don't understand.
Yeah, I basically just blindly slash use my special moves. If I sense an attack coming, okay, let me see if I can try to dodge roll in time to fucking
Yeah.
get the perfect guard so I can get a good counter in. I am enjoying my time with it, though. I was more doing it just to get, you know, Game Pass points so I can keep getting free months of Game Pass, but, you know, having fun with it.
Yeah. The only games I've been playing was on Steam. I was playing... Have I told you about Lost in Tales?
I don't think you told me about that one.
Okay, so, you know top-down Zelda?
Yes.
Basically, that game is just kind of like the spiritual successor to it in a way. It's
Okay.
basically top-down Zelda.
Okay. And yeah, we haven't had a real one since freaking well, Link Between Worlds.
Technically,
new Zelda game, which
Echoes of Wisdom will probably be the first time we actually get one.
yep. Some people are wondering if you're going to be able to like play as Link like intermittently, doing something else while Zelda still takes the main starring role. Now, it would be weird to have Link out of the whole game entirely, but and from what they showed in the gameplay, it looks like you do a battle with Link at some point. Also nice to see them bring Ganon in there, too. Oh, and all the Bowsers and all these worlds throw hammers. Woo! You got through what I thought was one of the worst dungeons in the game. You actually didn't struggle that much. A1 seemed to be the trouble spot.
Yeah.